All right, so I wanted to answer a viewer question. Someone was asking about the EV10 versus the A6400 for shooting weddings. For the rest of the episode, I kept referring to the Sony Zv-E10 as the Sony EV10, and I'm not going to correct all those errors, so yeah. And this camera right here, this is the A6600. I don't own the A6400 anymore. I used to have it, and I sold it very recently. And I upgraded to this, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, year and a half ago, something like that. But I'm only showing it because it's very similar in terms of body design. So we can use it as a reference point. But there are a few differences between the EV10 and the A6400. And one of them is right here. There's a viewfinder that comes on the A6400 that doesn't come on the EV10. So if that's something that you feel you're going to use, then maybe the A6400. But honestly, to me, for shooting video, I rarely ever use this viewfinder. I mean, I can honestly say that I never use it. I honestly never use the viewfinder. People say, oh yeah, if you're in bright sun, you can see better. Yeah, whatever. I mean, this thing has a bright sunny mode setting, and I find it's plenty bright enough to see what I'm doing. I never feel that, oh, I can't see the screen. That's never happened. I can see it fine. So I don't feel that's really necessary. So right there, that makes the EV10 okay in my book. The other thing, like you mentioned, is the A6400 doesn't have this. That's a headphone jack, but the EV10 does. So just like this camera, the EV10 also has that, and the A6400 doesn't. The other thing too is the EV10 also has USB-C connection, where the A6400 doesn't. So you can charge it up a little easier with like an external battery or something. You should be able to hook that up and charge it up. I did a battery episode talking about that and hooking it up to the FX30. So this also has USB-C. Here's another thing. The EV10 has this little trick up its sleeve. And this is actually on the FX30. It's not on the A6400, but it's on the EV10. This little switch right here, I don't know if you can see that, but that thing right there allows you to zoom. So the EV10 has a separate on and off switch, and then you can also zoom in and out. So then when you're using a lens like this, which is the 18 to 105, it has a power zoom option. So you can zoom here, but then you can zoom there. And I use that at weddings all the time. I'm constantly zooming in and out. I love having a power zoom. So that's something to consider as well. Then your A6400 will have this kind of screen on it. You know, tilts up, tilts down. Here's the problem with the tilting up. If you have a cage on there, maybe you have a microphone on there, something on the top, you're blocking the screen, which really sucks. So I hate that. But then the EV10 has a screen just like this. Variable angle flip screen. You can flip it in, you can flip it, you know what that is. Also keep in mind that it is using Sony's newer color science, so it's going to have a nicer picture probably than the A6400 for video. What else? Is there another feature that I should mention that I saw? Ooh, yes, there is actually. And again, it's something that the FX30 has. When you hit record on this one, it draws like a red outline around the LCD screen, which I find helpful. So it kind of stops you from making mistakes and not hitting record, because you're going to see that red outline. So it's just one other thing to kind of keep you honest during the wedding and help you not make a mistake. The A6400 is older and it doesn't have that feature. What else? Oh, and image stabilization. There's built-in image stabilization in the EV10. A6400 doesn't have that. Now it's only digital though. Like this is the A6400. This has more than just a digital image stabilization. It has a sensor that actually moves. So it's a little bit better. And just to quickly mention, because I don't know what your budget is, but I really like the A6600 because it has a bigger grip. The battery life is way better than the A6400 and the EV10. I mean, the battery lasts forever because it's a bigger battery. It also has more custom buttons. So you'll have one custom button on the top of the EV10. This one has 1, 2, and 3. And I really like that because it just makes you fast. You can program these to do various things. It makes you a little bit faster. And the image stabilization, like I mentioned, the better battery life. And really, that's really it. It's not doing that much more than your EV10. And the EV10 is like $400 less. So, you know, something to keep in mind. Yeah, I think the EV10 is a pretty good deal. I would definitely buy it over the A6400. And I know someone asked about the FX30 and the A6600, which one would be better. Do some comparisons there. I can get into that in another video. Maybe I'll do some side-by-side image quality comparisons, and then we'll just kind of talk about some of the standout features of both and why one might be better than the other for you. So look forward to that in another video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, I'm Mike Turner. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.